Aloha, mamas, and welcome to this episode of the Mama Mindset podcast. Honestly, all the numbers are starting to kind of flow into each other because it's just so fun coming on and having these live chats with you. I think this is number 14. And today I am wearing a le'i po'o or flower crown. I'm showing it off here on the video portion. And it's kind of a disappearing flower crown because I have one of those backgrounds where it kind of disappears sometimes. So I'm going to do a little spin. But truly, if I could wear a haku, well, hakus are actually the braided versions of these. So this is a le'i po'o that I made the other day with a group of friends. And it has torch ginger flowers and orchids, and it has a bunch of greenery woven in, and I just love it so much. I love fresh flowers. And for me, it's like wearing a crown. It's my crown of choice. If I was given like a crown of jewels and bedazzled over flowers, I would pick flowers every time. And truly I'm laughing because it's so the power of manifestation and of mamas and of you and me believing into this space. I'm designing my ideal way to shine out my talents. I'm shying away from the word work because this is not work to me. And I feel that we spend so much time in our lives pursuing our, career. And ideally it's an extension of who we are as a human, and it's that intersection of our experience and our expertise in life and our passions and the expression of our desires. And Mama Mindset is that for me. And designing my ideal career attire is most definitely wearing scrubs and a le'i po'o flower crown, which I am sitting here today coming onto this live chat with you wearing my Miami green scrubs and a le'i po'o that I made. I'm evolving my skills and hopefully would love to make a flower crown for you, for anyone who wants these. And I will always polish your crown. So it's with floral, fun, nature energy that I come today, which is great because it's Earth Day, and not that we're not always honoring the earth, but I feel like Mother Earths and mothering have so much in common. We're the source of growth and of nurturing and of green. I think that the energy that's inside all of us is this green energy, meaning it's life-giving, it's nourishing, it is inspiring, it is evergreen, even in our seasons of the darkness and anxiety and doubt and fear and depression and different big emotions that we go through. We have a green center, a space, a place of neutrality. And that's what a lot about what Mama Mindset is about, is coming back to that, your tree, your roots that we were talking about before, that you have a space within you that when you water it, when you nurture it, that garden of your soul, it is absolutely stunning the way you will bloom, the flowers, the passions, the colors, the vibrancy. Absolutely stunning what occurs and how you will inspire people to stop and listen and look and take it in. That's what a flower field does for me. Sunflowers specifically are my favorite flowers, and they are so resilient with the way that they turn toward the sun. They actually turn their face toward the sun and away from adversity or even into adversity. Sometimes the sun is pretty bright and they stand tall. And that is what I desire for you, is to live into your own garden, nurture it, water it. You're so gifted at doing that for so many others, the littles in your life, the little lives that you're raising. This invitation that I feel compelled to offer you, that you know is there for you. It's an RSVP to your self-kingdom party of one, to have your own community garden, like your own plot. We used to live next door in Honolulu, in our little bungalow that I've talked about before. We literally lived next door to a community garden, and it was so cool because there was, I don't know how many, 50 plus plots in there. There was a long wait list of people that wanted to be in there, and this you would have your own garden box, and it was a pretty good size. and people would come and grow various things. And I loved walking through there with JD and Camden when she was younger, and seeing the kale and all the different flowers and crops and things that people would grow, and watching them out there in their garden, cultivating it and tending to it, and the intentionality that they had. And it's a meditative activity for a lot of people. And I think it's so connecting with the earth to work with your hands and to watch something grow and flourish. It's like the inner Lorax in me, like I will always love that movie. And so I want to know what it is that you want to grow in your garden. You know, but figuratively, I think that we all go through seasons of our life where we want to try our hands at, literally pun intended, at planter boxes and different herbs. And I'm definitely in that phase of my life where that stuff gets me excited. I'm so excited to see when our banana tree will finally start to give us some bananas outside. We have an avocado tree that's super tall. So hopefully the avocados are coming soon. And we've planted just a bunch of stuff. And it's very fertile here. So we're blessed in that way, but also giving it a lot of nurturing. And in that same space of nourishing and excitement to watch something grow, what is it that what kind of seeds do you want to plant in your own garden? For me, those seeds started, as I was telling you all about in the Doctoring My Path to Medicine episode, and I'm sure I've shared a little bit also along the way. I have always had artistic seeds that when I've sown those seeds and when I've paid attention to those and nourished those, I have written poems and impactful words to other people, insightful kind of philosophical revelations for me, myself, about the world. I've written children's books that I hope one day will go into the wild. I've journaled, I've written down my thoughts. I have movement is a form of artistry for me, moving my body. It's a form of worship. It's a form of meditation. It's a form of connectedness with nature, being outside and part of the growth of the world around me, feeling marvelously insignificant, just that humility that comes from me from going and looking at the ocean and just limitless power of the waves and the vastness of the never-ending water that's reaching out toward the horizon beyond. I find that vastness so comforting, that sense of insignificance, that I fit into all of this, and that there is limitless abundance waiting to flow into my life, into everyone's life. And there's so much life that the water gives us, that the tree gives us, that the air gives us, that it's a miracle that our bodies are showing up for us every single day, that we opened our eyes today, that you chose to come and spend this time nourishing yourself and thinking and planting the seeds about what kind of physical garden you might want to enjoy. Because I do think gardens and flowers and herbs and plants, fruits and vegetables, those appeal to our senses, right? Like they connect us in a very vivid way to the way that we were built as humans to experience things with our senses, our sight, the sounds of being outside, the smells, the tastes, the touch, all of it comes together, when we're in a garden space. And looking into that self-reflective pond today, that I'm hopeful that this episode invites you into as your inner gardener, as the artist in you, is that you can grow whatever it is that you're willing to tend to and nourish the soil of your soul. Whatever it is, you live in the perfect climate. You don't have to live in a certain space. You know how sometimes you're like, oh, I really want to grow an apple tree, but I don't live in Pacific Northwest or a good place for that. Or I want to have like a vineyard, but you want to be in a certain area. And the seeds that you need to sow, whatever dreams have been divinely dropped into your soul, your soil is absolutely perfect for that. You are capable of whatever it is that you can cultivate. And I want to say that again, you are capable of whatever it is that you can cultivate, that you can conjure up in your mind, that you are limited by nothing except your creativity, which I know your creativity is massively impactful. I want to talk a little bit about the gardener that you are in your own life every day. We are gardeners of our families. We have, the soil of that is is a lot of mental and emotional labor that we do toiling that soil, which we want to do because we want to see our children evolving and growing into capable, wonderful, curious humans. But to that end, we every day are making there's a lot of decision fatigue around our gardening for other people in our lives because we are constantly triaging decisions around, grocery shopping and preparing food lists and making sure that the meals are out, and also that everybody's teeth are brushed and they have their vitamins, and the clothes going through closets as they're growing out of the sizes periodically, and making sure that those clothes are donated or saved for the next sibling. We go through toys periodically that they've grown out of developmentally that we're going to gift to someone else or that's going to move on. We are the birthday calendar for, most likely you're the birthday calendar for your own immediate family and your extended family and all of the friends and the chosen ohana that you have in your lives. And you're coordinating the birthday parties and the presents and the gifts. And now that we're kind of coming out of the pandemic, those birthday parties are really picking up pace. Hawaii was the last state to lift the mask mandate, and we are here in the birthday party season. We've been to 2 birthday parties, I think, in the past couple of weeks, which is probably more than we have in like 2 years. So those are just some examples that pop into my mind. The laundry, you're triaging all of the laundry. And of course, you probably have like a great harmony with your significant other. And if we don't, that's something that we can all venture out into and find that gene that helps feed into our ability to delegate, because that's that's a muscle. It's a muscle I have to work on sometimes, the delegating muscle, because I think, okay, I can just do this better myself. And we're constantly looking around a room and triaging what can be done right now. Like, okay, that can be picked up or that can be cleaned, and versus just being in the moment. And so I just want to take a moment for you to honor the mental labor that goes into your every single day, from the time you open your eyes. You're keeping people safe and you're keeping people entertained and occupied, and you're helping cultivate their curiosity and creativity, and you're triaging questions that are asked of you, and you're multitasking, and you're doing it. You are massively creative. You are massively capable. The way that you weave yourself through every single day is a masterful performance. It truly is. And so you are a gardener of a great community garden that includes your family and probably those outside of your family. And so that energy that you invest every single day is beautiful. It's powerful. It's magnetic. It's majestic. And here I am with my Le'ipo'o flower crown, offering it to you too, for you to smell how great it smells and enjoy the torch gingers and the orchids and all these tropical flowers here, whatever yours might be made out of, the flower crown of your dreams. And I think we feel so connected to nature. Every human being is designed to feel connected to nature because the creator that created all of this designed it for our own pleasure, and for it to orient us in our vertical alignment with our spiritual selves. And I think, though, that females, mothers, we have an extra layer in that soul, the soil of our soul, to feel connected with Mother Earth, because just as Mother Earth is nurturing to us, and she gives life, and she inspires, and she shows up, and she's creative, and she's powerful, and she's magnetic to her core, the Earth's core. You are magnetic to your core. You are powerful. You are creative. You are innovative. You are showing up. You are vibrant. You are colorful in all of your emotions and in all of your sassiness and in all of that, all of your too much. That is your beautiful, beautiful garden. And don't ever dull it down or grow the crops in the same crop in rows because you think that's what you need to be doing. You're leaning into your too much. You're tuning into your too much now. That was one of our other episodes in Fun Life Chats that we had. You are tuning into that soundtrack of your life to the tune of whatever it has been told to you that you're too much of, because that's part of your superpower and your mama intuition. And so I think this connection with Mother Earth and the water, the seasons and the weather, and just being in nature and feeling that sense of majestic insignificance, that you're part of it all. And there's something so much greater than you at work and all this, it's humbling, and it makes you feel safe that you're part of it. This beautiful symphony of life going on all around you. And we're invited into that at every moment. And I think it's very powerful when we choose to take those moments, meditative moments. They don't have to involve sitting crisscross applesauce for 20 minutes and not letting any thoughts into your brain, because I do a lot of meditation. That is definitely not the way that I experience it. And I hold space for however everyone experiences meditation. But for me, a lot of times a guided imagery, being walked through a certain scene, usually in nature, is really powerful for me. Kind of opens up portals for my imagination and in my peace, or guiding me through progressive muscle relaxation, kind of a body scan, if you will, where you're kind of focusing on different areas of your body and just giving credibility to all those muscles and all those bones and ligaments and the way that your body shows up for you, and kind of validating each space as you move down or up. It's really powerful. And another one, though, that's really emerged for me, and I think that I've hit on it when I've talked about movement as medicine, movement medicine, is being a human being rather than a human doing, and doing that intentionally. It's kind of a pun because it's a being. So oftentimes as mamas, as women, as visionaries, as creatives, as artists, we are human doings. We are extremely busy with all of the mental load and emotional loads that I just kind of alluded to already. We are doing so many things every single day. If we had a scribe that followed us that wrote down all the things that we accomplished, you would feel pretty amazing looking over that list at the end of the day. And those are all wonderful, and we should take credit for that and claim it, for sure. That opportunity to really cultivate your own garden of your own soul and let that flourish. And that's where you're going to have the magic of your manifestation come out. That's where you're going to validate the dreams that have been divinely dropped into your soul. And that's where you're going to submit and surrender to the true values that align, your core values that align with who you are as a human, why you were put on this earth, what you were meant to do, and what kind of legacy you want to leave, what kind of life you want to create right now. That comes from you having the intentional choice to be a human being. Whatever it is that causes you to take a pause, to feel part of it all, part of nature, to feel grounded, to feel that emotional neutrality, to feel that fertile soil of your soul, that safety within you, that mama tuition, that place you can always return to, that inner strength, that inner compass. Time to play, time to daydream, because dreams at night are great, but dreams that you allow to come forth into your day and that you give credibility and you claim and you pursue, those are the seeds of the flowers of your soul. Those are the vibrant colors that you long to bring into your life and that you can choose to allow to grow and flourish now. And that comes from being a human being. And whatever it is that allows you to drop into that kind of nourishment, however it is that you need to plant those seeds and tend to that soil and connect to that loving part of creation that is embedded in the soil of your soul and in your DNA, because you are a mother, you are part of Mother Earth, you are a nurturer, you are a nourisher, you are a grower, you are a creator, you are a gardener, you're a visionary, whatever, you're an artist, whatever it is that allows you to drop into that nourishing mode. That's the way that you cultivate your inner gardener, and that's the way that the flowers of your soul, the flower crown that you're meant to wear. Maybe your crown's made out of jewels, bedazzled. I will gladly bedazzle your crown and polish it and put it right back on your head. Everybody's crown probably looks different. But I know I was placed here to sit here in my flower crown, Le'i Po'o, dropping some of those Hawaiian terms of this culture that I love so much and admire and so much. I know I was placed here to remind you of your magnificence and to believe in you every step of the way until you believe in yourself, and to see that magnificence that I so clearly see the moment that you gave birth to your babies and you came into this next level space as a human being. At that moment that you gave birth to your baby, you were a human being. There was an instant. There was a lot of doing during the process. I've been there twice, and also unmedicated. So I know there was a lot of doing. There was also that moment of being where you accepted it, your power, that transcending moment. You felt it, that primal energy. You were created to do this. You are more than, you are capable. So when you tap into that, that is the garden of your soul soil. That is the space where you are limitless with your capacity to grow, to create, to innovate. And only you can bring forth the garden that you're meant to, and change the world in the way that you're meant to, and impact people in the way that you're meant to. And there are people waiting for your skills, your garden to flourish. We need it. The world needs your flavor. The sights that only you can bring to life, the sounds that only you can bring to life, the smells, the tastes, the textures, all of it. You are unique, and there is not anyone that can ever bring forth your set of divinely inspired dreams into this world ever again or ever will be. And so it's releasing the comparing to other people's garden. There's no ribbons being handed out here. It's growing your own garden in your own reverence to your own soul. And it's doing it meditatively. And that's an invitation, I think, also that can compel you through your day, even while you're busy doing all the things. We're all doing all the things. I see you when we're multitasking. But can we nourish? Can you drop into that nourishing mode more throughout the day? Give yourselves little pockets of being where you're checking in, where you're validating yourself, where you're aligning with your core values, where you're putting your crown on. You remember you're validating yourself in that, you're claiming yourself in that, you're taking care of yourself. Self-care is never selfish. It's your healthcare. It's your way forward. What is it that you're capable of? It's limitless. It's so massive. It's beyond what you've given yourself credit for thus far in your life. And truly, your flower crown, your regular crown, is there to remind you of how good are you willing to let your life get. You have everything you need right now, the way that you were made, the person that you are, the dreams that you have, the desires that you have, the passions that you have, the expertise that you've gained in your life, the experiences that you've been through, the way that you're a wounded healer based on the experiences that you persevere through in your life, the pain that you've endured and come out the other side of. All of those things are the intersection of you today. What if everything was always working out for your highest good? Even and especially the seasons of adversity, the hardships, the trials, the grieving seasons, the heavy stuff. If you can lean into your mindset, which is that your future self and your past self and the present way that you're a human being, all of those are aligned and harmonizing to be this beautiful symphony, this song of your life that you're composing right now. How good are you willing to let your life get, mama? What are you going to grow? You have to take that first step. You have to plant that first seed. And you have to decide that you are worthy. You are worthy. You have never been more worthy. You are chosen. You have been chosen every day of your life, divinely chosen, cared for, held, supported, nourished. When you make the choice. It has to be a choice to invest in yourself the way that you're capable of investing in yourself, the way that you do for everyone else in your life, your babies, your significant other, people that you love. When you choose to lavish that kind of fertilizer upon your own soul, your own dreams, your own passions, your own desires, you will flourish. You will pivot the way that you see yourself. There's no one more influential in your life than you. There's no one that talks to you more than you. We are in constant dialogue with ourselves, right? Constant. We've talked a lot about this and we will talk a lot more about it. Choosing to speak life and love over yourself, being very aware of the dialogue that's going on and aware of the inner mean girl that comes out and the judgments that we place on ourselves and the shame, all of those things. We're not immune to those, nor will we ever be. But I think cultivating that muscle of awareness is so, so powerful. And the more that you're a human being and the more that you're nourishing your soul, the soil of your soul, the more aware you are of the times when there's weeds coming up in your soil and there's things that are threatening your garden. And the more swiftly you will be able to recognize those things and release them and deal with them and handle them. And you can do it with a smile because you know that you've gained awareness in this in a place in the past where you wouldn't have even noticed. And the weeds would have choked out some of the good crops and the good flowers. And there have been seasons of that where it feels like you're barely surviving. But that is not you anymore. You are watering yourself, you are nourishing, you are hydrating, you are getting sun and sleep, and you are flourishing, you are thriving. You are not surviving this season in a messy bun, totally caffeinated, just barely making it by. You are thriving. You are meant to thrive. You are meant to live into the artistic creativity and innovation that has never been more alive than now. I believe strongly that our sense of motherhood really ignites within us what has always been there. It just becomes more illuminated, more grandiose, more on fire, and more apparent the more we're willing to look into that self-reflection pond. I think motherhood ignites that within us. And I'm here to tell you that, and I'm here to see your creativity on display. Come and visit your art exhibit, whatever it is that you are going to showcase, because it is worthy and it is beautiful and it is pure and it is powerful. So from my flower crown to yours, Maile Ipo'o, with love to your heart, from tilling the soil of my garden to yours, from looking at the beautiful flourishing crops and plants and flowers to yours. This gets to be fun. It gets to be a season of growth. And we get to be reminded that even in the challenges, especially in the challenges, they were divinely designed for us. And everything is truly always working out for our highest good. When you have that mentality, you can pivot even in the adversity to asking yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I learn from this? You can lean into your curiosity. You can be fascinated. You can learn to dance and flow even in the hard times. And when you're doing that, you're also enhancing not only yourself and your resiliency as a human being, but you are showcasing and helping and guiding your children and other people in your life. You're inviting them, you're inspiring them to be that way when they face seasons of adversity, and to choose to thrive. And that is part of your connection to Mother Earth and your nourishing spirit. I'm so excited to see what you do when you cultivate your own garden, and how that grows for you, literally, pun intended, how that grows for you. So keep growing, keep showing up, keep choosing yourself. You are massively powerful and you are worthy. All my love to you, Mama. Aloha, until next time.